Hello friends, welcome to my channel or welcome back where we talk all things health and wellness. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my journey with using progesterone during pregnancy. Before I begin, I just wanted to remind you that I am not a medical professional. This is not a replacement for medical advice in any way. I am just sharing with you my personal story, my personal journey, and with my going through recurrent miscarriages and then subsequent successful pregnancies and some things that I did differently during those successful pregnancies. So as I mentioned before, I specifically have been working with a NaProtechnology Doctor and using the creatine fertility model, and that's kind of sets it apart from other OBGYNs who might use progesterone because they look at it more specifically and in more detail. They have done decades of research and following studies that have shown like what healthy progesterone levels should be like for a woman at any stage in pregnancy, very specifically week by week. And so they monitor if you have had a history of loss or for other reason they've just noticed low progesterone, they will monitor it. I have to go every 2 weeks. Every once in a while they'll say if my progesterone is doing better, like every month. And basically they will adjust my progesterone support based on what my own body is making. And it has been doing a little bit better even in the past few weeks. So I'm really excited and thankful for that. And they have decreased my dosage. Here is the chart that they use with the data that they've collected over the years. And on the right, you can see the indications for progesterone monitoring and supplementation. And then the chart shows pregnancy week by week and what your levels should be for healthy pregnancy. And based on what zone you go in, then will determine what level of progesterone support they'll put you on. A lot of OBGYNs will just maybe give you progesterone support, or even fertility doctors, your first trimester, and then they'll say your placenta takes over from there. There have been studies that show that women even later on into pregnancy still have can still struggle with having low progesterone levels. So it's so important, I think, and again from my experience, to continue to monitor it during pregnancy. In doing research, kind of putting together this video, I actually found a seminar of the doctor that I work with. He did a seminar and it's on YouTube, and I will link that video down below if you're interested in checking that out. But he even showed some data that even at end of pregnancy, women who had maybe fetal distress showed that their progesterone levels were low. There was a direct correlation with that. So again, there is data just proving needing progesterone support throughout pregnancy based on my experience and the research that I've done. And so I'm really thankful to have that support and just monitoring my progesterone that I did differently after the recurrent miscarriages, and then went on, had one successful pregnancy, and then this is my second pregnancy after my miscarriages, and I'm currently 20 and a half weeks. So just really thankful for that. There are different methods of using progesterone. There's progesterone lotion, and that is the least effective, but it is one way to get progesterone support. And then there is progesterone that you can take orally, but it was interesting, again, as I was refreshing the information in the seminar from my doctor, it's called the first pass effect, where basically when you take it orally, it's going to go through your liver and be digested there. When it goes through your liver, there's barely anything left, just the way it breaks it down or what have you, to be used by your body. So it's not really very effective, but you can take the same capsule or what have you and insert it vaginally. And when you do that, it goes into the bloodstream there. It circulates around your uterus and then does eventually go to the liver, but it's had all that time to be absorbed in that area and that's why inserting it vaginally can be more effective. But then also they also do bioidentical progesterone injections in oil, and I had to do that all of my previous pregnancy. It is not super fun, but again, was just really thankful for that knowledge and information and natural way to support a healthy pregnancy throughout pregnancy. Now, this pregnancy, my progesterone's been doing a little bit better, so I haven't had to be on the injections. I was on it for the first few weeks, but have not had to be on the injections since then. But that is actually the most effective way to use the progesterone. Again, it's the bioidentical progesterone, and it's intramuscular. It's put in an oil. You have to buy it from a compounding pharmacy and then inject it. And so, yeah, that's just kind of how that one works. Sometimes with those injections, you can get pretty sore the next few days after, again, because it goes into the muscle area there. But it's all worth it in the end, especially if you've been through losses, just to be able to support that precious little life growing inside of you. So those are the different methods to use progesterone, and from least effective to most effective. And if you're interested in checking out any of the NaProtechnology information or written fertility method, I can link that video down below. It was very informative, again, from the doctor that I worked with. And I would say it's actually over an hour long. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. I would say the last 15 to 20 minutes are very informative and even encouraging if you don't have time to watch the whole thing. It's kind of neat. He gives his testimony from being a regular OBGYN to a NFP, natural fertility practitioner only, and why, and just how it is. He just gave so many reasons. It was just really encouraging. Again, I just love the method, how it is working with your reproductive system to restore and resolve any underlying issues. I love that about the NaProtechnology versus the artificial reproductive technology. And the Creighton fertility model is also very much pro-couple. It's something you get to approach and learn together. Also, at the end of that video, it's kind of a really neat story. There was a lady who came to him, the doctor that I worked with. She drove like an hour and a half. She had premature rupture of the membranes, and typically there would have been no hope for her, and he explained to her that most doctors would probably dismiss what I would do and say that it's ineffective or a waste of time or what have you, and she was like, I don't care, I want to give it a try. And so she stayed in the hospital. I think she had to stay in the hospital for this treatment for weeks, and there was another doctor who came in at one point and said, this is a waste of time, etc. And she went on to give birth to her child, and her child is living and healthy and well today. That was just kind of a neat testimony, again, how this method is not honored by all doctors and scientifically based. So that's all I have for this week, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. We have some fun and exciting things coming up, including a gender reveal and hopefully an interview with my husband if I can convince him, just to talk about couple support during infertility, going through infertility, and kind of the male infertility side of things, and maybe some fall recipes coming up. I'm looking forward to that and sharing some of those with you. So take care. Have a blessed week, friends.